All right, hey, Group B, sorry that we didn't get to meet today. Again, I know I wrote it in the message underneath here, but we figured out, like I was on the way to drop my kid off and got a call that the building was kind of swampy and the floors were wet and all that. So I'll let you know as soon as I find out, but I know that some of you had to make a trip that you didn't need to, so sorry about that. So what we're going to do to make this up, if you'll read the message that I've got below this video, there's a link where it says the Lab 1 video here. If you'll click that link, it's going to be a video that I made last week just because I'm anticipating this semester is not going to go super smooth if classes get canceled or, hopefully not. But if a student gets sick and they're not able to come to class, I wanted to be able to not just say you're on your own. So what I did was I made a lab video that walks you through Lab 1, and it's as close as I can get to being in class. So since I've got that already, I posted that video below. What you need to do is have your lab manual with you and watch that video, and it will walk you through everything you need to know in that lab. I know that stinks we're not going to have like actual microscopes that you can look in, but I've got a camera zoomed in like on the ocular, on the eyepiece of a microscope, and you can see what those images look like, and you can use that to do the lab from home. All right, so just finish that lab, and when you are done, take pictures of each of your lab pages when they're done. And if you'll attach all those pictures, make sure you've got each page, pages 7 through 11. Attach all of those in an email and send them to me at cedmondson@gadsdenstate.edu. If you can do that today, that would be great. That way I can go ahead and get grades posted and not have to worry about doing that later. But just whenever you get a chance, try to do that. All right, now, couple things I was going to bring up if we met this morning, but we didn't get to do that. First off, your exam is next week. Hopefully you're aware of that. On Thursday and Friday, next Thursday and Friday is exam 1. Now that covers chapters 1, 15, 19, and 2. So chapters 1 and 15, we did both of those last week since we didn't have a lab. 19 is this week, and then chapter 2 is scheduled for next week, even though we've got our test next week. So here's what I wanted to tell you. Hopefully you've already watched chapters 1 and 15. I can look and see. I know some of you haven't, so if you haven't done any of that yet, you really need to catch up. It's not watching the lab videos. That would be like not showing up for lecture in a regular class and then like popping in on the test and expecting to do good. You can't do that, all right? So watch. Hopefully you've done 1 and 15 already. Chapter 19 was this week, so hopefully you're doing that sometime soon. Chapter 2, even though it says that it's in the schedule for next week, I want you to watch that this week if you can, and like this weekend if you can. That way, if you have any questions, you'll have a bunch of days in a row that you can just study, and you can get ready for the test on Thursday and Friday. And that way, if you have any questions on Chapter 2, you can send me a message. Like if you watch the video, let's say Monday, that would be okay. If you watch it on Monday, that still gives you a couple days to study. And if you have any questions, if something's not clear, you can send me a message. Let's say you wait and like you watch it Friday afternoon right before you take the test. I'm not going to be checking Blackboard Friday afternoon, so you're kind of on your own at that point. So watch it early and let me know if you have any questions. One more thing, and this goes for everybody, if anyone from Group A from the Monday's class is watching this. We had our practice exam was due on Monday. And it was just to see if you could use Respondus Lockdown Browser, but it was also to make sure that you can follow those instructions. So I finally reviewed those. I'm about to reopen the practice exam if you wanted to practice and try it again. But everybody in here, you need to check your messages because there were some of you that I don't know if you didn't read the instructions or you didn't watch the video that I made that shows you how to use Respondus, but you just like didn't do the environment video, or you didn't show the area in front of you or things like that. I know that sounds like I'm being picky, but I would much rather make sure that we understand what we have to do now than next week when there's a 100-point test on the line. So everybody check your messages, and for a few of you, you may need to redo your video. You may need to redo your environment video before you can get credit for it. All right? If you have any questions on any of that, let me know. Again, sorry for the weird not being able to meet today, but that's how you can do the lab. And so if you have any questions on the lab, feel free to let me know too. Thanks.